How's it going, everybody? My name is Zeneis, and welcome back to another episode of Tibia. So, in this one, we are getting straight on into it. If I can get there. There we go. All right. So, here we are with, greetings, I'm Inspector Gogo, the leading officer of the case King Mort. How can I be of service to you? To be honest, our investigation got stuck. The Queen is demanding the impossible. We don't have enough men to pursue all leads. It will take months to follow all the traces, but we are onto something. Maybe you could help us. Well, of course, anything to get the king back. So listen closely. The king has last been seen in his room together with his bodyguard Lamar. Now both are missing. Most likely a crime has taken place, but before we can confirm this assumption, you have to investigate the room and search for any evidence. All investigation tools are ready for you in front of the king's room. You will find a magnifier and a bottle with luminol in the chest. Use the magnifier to closely examine anything suspicious. Small trails of blood are hard to perceive. What? First you have to use the luminol to make them visible. Clear on how to use the tools? Great! The king's room is located downstairs north of the great dining hall. Return to me when you have found all the evidence, and please be thorough. We can't afford any more mistakes. So I do have to apologize a little bit for this quest because I actually started this recording a little bit late. As you will remember, I did a little bit of something. I can't even remember. It has literally been years. I'm so sorry for this. Okay, it has actually been a couple of weeks since I've watched any of my recordings. I actually had this video completely edited and ready to go. I haven't had time to sit down and watch my own playthrough to do commentary on it, so I can't remember exactly why I missed the recording or started recording late. However, I remember seeing that I hadn't started recording after I talked to the Queen. I was in that same room and I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I need to go do something. And so I went to go pause the recording and realized I wasn't recording at all. So that was completely my fault. I definitely apologize for that. But this is the main part of the quest that we are here to do. So basically what has happened is the king has disappeared and we have to find him. They have their own investigation team, but they haven't really got much headway. It's kind of up to us. And it actually took me a while. I want to say a good 15 to 20 minutes just looking around on my own, trying to figure out what was going on and what I needed to do next. And it was... I was just being an idiot. Either that or I really am a horrible investigator, but I didn't really know what to do. At one point, I even went back to the lead investigator. And this is even after. This part, right here, what you're seeing, this is after I've done all of my work. And I knew it had something to do with this wall. I knew something was suspicious here. So I was just looking and looking and looking to see if there was something that I could do. And eventually, I was able to figure out that I needed to open up this wall because it was the only logical thing in my head because the blood led to there. Like, there was nowhere else that it could be or could have gone. So then I just had to start looking around for something that might lead me to the king. And these caves are pretty nice because... yes, you do have to figure out the maze, you do have to figure out where you need to go, but there's no enemies, there's no cultists, there's no nothing. It's literally just you're walking around trying to find clues. So that's not so bad, but it's still like, man, it takes a while. It takes a while. Anyway, I've actually been away on like vacation currently, and that's why I wasn't able to record. I have set up a couple of pre-recorded things that I just uploaded in my free time, and even when I was traveling, I would have them uploading on my computer as much as I possibly could, at least. So I do have some things. Alright, welcome back, Zeneis. So you found some evidence. Let me summarize. We have a broken window, a broken sword, some trails of blood, and the royal signet ring of King Mort. Let me think. Yes, I got a theory. The delinquent has broken into the king's room by the window, and a fight has taken place. Someone got injured in the fight, most likely the king himself. Afterwards, the king got kidnapped and lost his ring in the passage beneath his room. That's something we can work with, but we still don't have any clue about the delinquent. You have to interrogate the witnesses. Speak to Deputy Gardner. He will give you all the information you need. You can find him near the cathedral in Nivalis City. Farewell. So this one you actually do have to pay a little bit of attention to because you have to give details back and you have to give a little bit of a report back. Also, I think this would be a cool little spot for me to live in. Like when I talk about, in a previous episode I talked about Oh, I'll say it in a minute. Oh, you come from Gogo, you say? Strange thing, disappearing so suddenly. You know, as we clearly are policemen in training right now, why don't you go and interrogate your witnesses? We have at least 3 people that seem to know something about Mort's disappearance. They are Jib, Jab, and Burr. Should be somewhere inside the city walls. Are you ready for your first interrogation? Yeah, why not? Good. Practice is the best way of practicing. Anyway, ask the people what they know of King Mort's disappearing. Take notes and check for things that are equal in every witness's version. And check for differences. Pay attention to where and when they have last seen Mort and who might have a motive for the murder. But don't enter the discussions with a predetermined opinion. Good luck! As I said, Jib, Jab, and Burr are somewhere in this city. As I was saying, I think that would be a cool little spot to, like, have your little hideout. You know, like, I think it would be a cool thing to have your own dungeon or have your own hideaway, like a hero's dungeon or whatever. I think that would be a cool place to have one. Just in my personal opinion, I would just, you know, as a player, I would like to have a space that is my own instead of always being in the field. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, this is where Jib lives. Jab, one of them. Hello? What can I help you with, King Mort? Me? No, I don't hide, King Mort. Why should I? I'm a witness. Really? That is cool. I never was a witness before. I bet I saw him on the bridge to the island south of here. You know the new bridge to the new island? What's it called? Southampton? Anyway, I'm sure he was there, or at least his bodyguard ran after him. Those two can't be mistaken for somebody else, right? Thanks. When was that? That was yesterday. I had the clock in my hand. It was at the end of my watch, just a slight change of plans. Just because I didn't eat with the others yesterday afternoon, I had, well, a date. And as I waited for her, I let my eyes wander the horizon and saw King Mort and his bodyguard cross the half-constructed bridge. Who has a grudge? I don't know. Tell me. Man, I read slow. Come on, man. Did I forget? I think Patrick forgot to keep going. There we go. All right. A grudge against the king? Smitey. The blacksmith had to give up his house and home and move into the city because the king wanted all weapons to be within the city walls. He once said, "One day I'll kill the king for his stupid ideas." Over so soon? Can I go now? Have a good day. So, as I was saying, you need to pay attention to these conversations because you have to report back your idea of who did what and where and when and why. A police person. Welcome to my modest house. What can I help you with? King Mort? Duh. King Mort? Is he gone? Only joking. I know that he has disappeared. It's a topic around here. I bet you're about to ask me if I've seen him lately, right? Well, where is he? Where is Mort? I knew it! Ha! I saw him behind the bridge in the south, the one we haven't fully constructed yet. You know, working in all this snow doesn't make it go faster, but I think we'll be done quite soon. Anyway, I saw Mort and his bodyguard argue and run away from that bridge. I'm absolutely sure because I was the first worker there, and they acted like they hadn't seen me. Well, I only know I saw Lamar running there for sure, but who would Lamar run after if not his king? Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. No, last week, I guess. Yes, it was last week. You gotta know, I'm not that good with days. I really love that Starfish Island lemonade, if you know what I mean. A grudge against the king? Smitey, the blacksmith, has to give up his house and home and move into the city. Which we all know, so I just kind of skipped through it, apparently, and didn't think that I would be reading this at a later time. Whatever, who cares? I think the other guy's house... Oh, no, the other guy isn't even in a house. He's at, I think it's what's called the cavern up to the northwest of the city. It's kind of where you buy other potions and things like that. So it's this building right here with a crystal on it. There is Burr. Hello, what can I help you with? What? You want to question me? I've done nothing wrong. Oh, I'm not the suspect. Whew, for a moment I thought you were... Anyway, what do you want to know? Where's King Mort? You're right, I did see him. I was up there in Limmerland. He was talking to somebody that looked a little shady if you ask me, but who am I to judge? Thanks. When was that? When? I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon, high noon, in the winter sun. Did I tell you it looked like he did some shady things there? And his bodyguard Lamar was with him. Who has a grudge? A grudge against the king? Mort was a nice king, so I bet it was somebody from within the palace. Somebody unsuspicious, like his bodyguard Lamar. Yes, Lamar, he has to endure all and everything the king does, and guard him with his life. So, this can kind of get really on your nerves, you know, watching the king sleep, eat, drink, whatever he does. That's it? Well, it was a pleasure to help you. One good deed a year. That's what they say. Yeah, cheers. Alright, I do get this wrong the first time when I talk about who I think did what, where, when, and why. And I'll explain afterwards, and you might actually have the same reaction whenever you do. Ah, you're back! Have you interrogated all 3 witnesses? Yes, great. What did you get from their stories? Where do you think the last known position is? In the island south is what I answered. Yes, I think so too. It's called Southampton, I believe. When do you think Mort was last seen? I think I said a week ago? Let's see what I said. Oh, come on. Speed it up. I don't even know what I said. Yes, it sounds like it's true. Now that Mort has been seen yesterday on an island south of here, who do you think might have a grudge against him? I said Smitey, but apparently that was wrong. Apparently something... I think the answer... I actually had to look it up here. I do go into the quest log and try and figure everything out. And it has the notes written down for you, but it says that you suspect Lamar. And if I recall, there was only one person who said that they suspected Lamar, but 2 people that said that they suspected Smitey. And I don't quite understand that reasoning. I don't understand why you would suspect Lamar when there was only one person who mentioned it. In my mind, if 2 people are saying Smitey is the person who did it and Smitey is the one who would have a grudge against him, then that's the person that you should mention. But I just from a storytelling standpoint, I don't quite get this. So whatever. I answered Lamar. Apparently that's who we're going for. And then the next part of this quest is to go down to the southern part of Nivalis and find Lamar and find the king. So that's where we're off to next. I would start searching the New Bridge south of Nivalis. There's a lot of uncharted territory on the other side. Good luck. So I think I show it a little bit in the next episode, but this is kind of where I start to end my St. Nivalis quest until I level up, because I can't really handle what is going on down here. The monster that you encounter in the southern part of Nivalis is a level 3 saber cat. And that is way beyond anything I could ever take. And I do show a little bit of a clip of it, of how there are like 5 or 4 in this one little area, and how you're having to take them on by yourself, and your pet, of course. But it's still like, this is insane. Like, we escalated at a much quicker rate than I ever expected. And it's, I don't know. It's just way over my head, and I never expected to have to deal with something this powerful this early on in the game. Because I don't think St. Nivalis is that high level of a island. I'll have to double check after I quit recording, but it's just, I don't know. This is a lot harder than I expected, and this is kind of where I end. If you want to join me on World 15 and help me along or anything like that, I would greatly appreciate it. But after the next episode, after I show the little clip, I kind of stop recording a little bit of the St. Nivalis quest until I get to a higher level. And I show you some smaller things that I do in the meantime, but it's still... As of right now, I've quit my St. Nivalis quest. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.